LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers have a lot on their plate to sort through this offseason. The 21-time All-Star was tuned into Game 7 of the NBA Finals all the same. What he saw left the basketball world shaken. Indiana Pacers star Tyrese Haliburton suffered a non-contact injury to his lower right leg for the team. He was ruled out, and the early fears are that he tore his Achilles. James posted on X on June 22nd in reaction to the visual. Injury update. Tyrese Haliburton, right lower leg injury, will not return to tonight's game. The Pacers posted on X a short while after Haliburton was helped to the locker room. He appears likely to have joined an unfortunate list. If Haliburton did indeed tear his Achilles, that would be the 8th Achilles tear of the season. In street clothes, Jeff Stotts posted on X on June 22nd. The previous high was 14-15. The total doesn't include Thanasis Antetokounmpo, who tore his in the offseason, or prospect Jalen Moore, who was injured in a recent pre-draft workout. Haliburton's father, John, confirmed just before halftime that it was indeed a calf injury, certainly, much to the chagrin of the Lakers star, James, and many others. LeBron James' injury issues have plagued Lakers. James has never torn his Achilles, but he and the Lakers have navigated a series of ankle, foot, and calf injuries in the past few seasons, among other ailments. He has logged back-to-back seasons of 70-plus regular season appearances. He had gone 4 consecutive seasons without cracking the 70-appearance threshold before that, a streak that followed his 82-game campaign with the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2017-18. The Lakers are 56-78 without James on the floor in his tenure. That is not wholly surprising, given the way teams are built around their star players. It does underscore the significance of the Lakers' trade to acquire Luka from the Dallas Mavericks at the 2025 deadline. James' future remains subject to speculation, especially with retirement and increasing possibility with each offseason. The Lakers can take some solace in the fact that James is healthy heading into the summer. Blockbuster trade may be bad news for Lakers. Haliburton's injury was a brutal turn to what was a tightly contested game upon his exit, but it was hardly the most impactful news for James and the Lakers. That would be the blockbuster trade sending Kevin Durant from the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets. The Lakers went 2-1 against the Rockets during the 2024-25 regular season. However, their first 2 meetings were split with a total margin of +2 in LA's favor. Their third meeting was a 140-109 Lakers blowout win. However, the Rockets were without several key contributors in that game and definitely did not have Durant. Durant has averaged 27.7 points on 61% true shooting and is 28-24 in his career against the Lakers. James is 24-19 against Durant. The latter has won 4 of their last 5 head-to-head matchups, though, including the last 2 against the Lakers. Could Achilles injuries be the Achilles heel of the NBA? Regardless of allegiance, anyone watching Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Sunday had to be struck by the calamitous impact of the injury to superstar Tyrese Haliburton on the Indiana Pacers. Haliburton had the ball in the first quarter, took a step backward, and began to go left. Pushing off with his right foot, the right tendon tore, and the Pacers' chances of defeating the Oklahoma City Thunder were shredded. In that moment, my heart dropped for him, OKC guard and Finals MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander told reporters. I couldn't imagine playing the biggest game of my life and something like that happening. It's not fair. It's also not uncommon. Haliburton was the 3rd superstar lost during the playoffs to an Achilles tear, following Damian Lillard of the Milwaukee Bucks and Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics. Players who sustained the injury during the regular season include DeJounte Murray of the New Orleans Pelicans, Drew Smith of the Miami Heat, and 2 of Haliburton's Indiana teammates, Isaiah Jackson and James Wiseman. Regenerative medicine Dr. Jesse Morse pointed out in X posts that the high-grade calf strain Haliburton suffered in Game 5 was a precursor to the Achilles injury. Haliburton was playing with fire by playing in Games 6 and 7 after being diagnosed with a high-grade calf strain, an injury that is notoriously slow to heal, Morse wrote. There is a significantly increased risk of a possible Achilles tear due to him already having the high-grade calf strain, regardless of what the data shows. We saw it with Kobe Bryant. We saw it with Aaron Rodgers. Likely more. A calf strain lead to an Achilles tear. Bryant ruptured his left Achilles on April 12, 2013, after playing every minute of 8 consecutive quarters as the Lakers pursued a playoff spot with 2 games remaining in the regular season. Bryant had suffered injuries to his knees earlier in the game. He returned to action 8 months later. Rodgers tore his left Achilles in his first game as quarterback of the New York Jets on September 11, 2023, shortly after he'd experienced tightness in his calf. He missed the entire season but returned in 2024 at age 41. The Achilles tendon is a fibrous cord that directs movement from the leg to the foot, connecting muscles from the calf to the heel bone. A sudden explosive movement like running or jumping can cause the tendon to tear or rupture. The origin of term Achilles stems from the hero of that name in Greek mythology. His mother sought to make him immortal by dipping him into a river that held magical powers. She held him by the heel, however, leaving it vulnerable. Sure enough, the seemingly eternally brave Achilles was killed by an arrow to his heel during the Trojan War. The Achilles heel has been known ever since as a metaphor for a person's vulnerable spot. Haliburton certainly displayed a knack for heroics all season, culminating in the jump shot he made with 0.3 seconds to play in Game 1 of the finals that gave the Pacers a victory over the heavily favored Thunder. He helped them to reach Game 7 and hit a trio of 3-point shots early in the contest only to, alas, crumple to the floor when his Achilles tendon popped. The Thunder prevailed, 103-91. "We need a tie out there," Pacers forward Obi Toppin told reporters. "For him to go down in a game like that sucked the soul out of us." The Los Angeles Lakers may be gearing up for another blockbuster trade, with reports swirling around their interest in acquiring Defensive Player of the Year winner Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies. After sending Desmond Bane to Orlando in a massive deal, Memphis appears to be towing the line between retooling and full-scale rebuilding, and the Lakers, in desperate need of a reliable two-way center, are ready to pounce. Los Angeles Lakers receive Jaren Jackson Jr. Memphis Grizzlies receive Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, 2031 Los Angeles Lakers first-round pick. According to NBA insider Bailey Bassett, a proposed trade would send Jackson Jr. to Los Angeles in exchange for Austin Reeves, Dalton Knecht, Maxi Kleber, and a 2031 first-round pick. With LeBron James and Luka at the helm, the Lakers have a glaring void at center after trading Anthony Davis to Dallas earlier this year. They were forced to rely on patchwork lineups featuring Jackson Hayes, Jared Vanderbilt, and Rui Hachimura during the playoffs, none of whom could provide the interior defense, rim protection, or scoring that Jackson Jr. brings. Jaren Jackson Jr. is not just a stopgap big man. He averaged 22.2 points, 5.6 rebounds, 2.0 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.5 blocks during the 2024-25 season. He shot 37.5% from three-point range and has emerged as a legitimate scoring threat inside and out. He's also just 2 seasons removed from leading the league in blocks and winning Defensive Player of the Year. Adding him would give the Lakers the modern stretch big they desperately need and elevate them into serious contention. From Memphis's perspective, the deal is tempting, but not a slam dunk. After the Bane trade netted 4 first-round picks, a pick swap, and 2 rotation-ready players, the bar for moving a franchise cornerstone like Jackson is sky-high. The Lakers' offer includes Reeves, who averaged over 20 points this past season, and Knecht, a sharpshooting rookie, along with veteran Maxi Kleber and 1 late pick. It's solid, but not overwhelming. However, the clock is ticking for the Grizzlies. Jackson is under contract through 2026, but without an All-NBA selection, he's not eligible for a Supermax extension. That makes retaining him long-term a financial risk, especially with Ja Morant also locked into a max deal. Trading Jackson now could allow Memphis to maximize value, clear cap space, and reshape the roster with young, controllable assets. Bill Simmons, who couldn't help but fire off a tongue-in-cheek prediction after the Desmond Bane blockbuster. The Ringer founder joked, "Now watch Rob Pelinka trade Rui Hachimura and a 2032 first for Jaren Jackson," clearly mocking the Lakers' reputation for getting away with wildly lopsided deals. The Lakers, meanwhile, are in win-now mode. LeBron James, the NBA's all-time minutes leader, can't be expected to carry interior defensive duties deep into his 40s. Luka Doncic also thrives when surrounded by versatile shooters and rim protectors, making Jackson a seamless fit. Acquiring JJJ would create a new big three in LA: LeBron, Luka, and Jaren, poised to dominate both ends of the court. Still, other teams with more draft capital and younger assets may outbid the Lakers if Jackson becomes available. But if Rob Pelinka can pull off another heist like the Luka trade, the Lakers could enter the 2025-26 season as overwhelming favorites.